This is my first video for the Wrestling Daily Show. I'm Nutty Rock Chick, and my segment is going to be called Knock Out the Divas. It's just going to be a review of the women's matches that have gone on during the week, what's happening with the women's titles, and generally the whole genre of women's wrestling in regards to WWE and TNA. I'm actually quite flattered that I was asked to do this. I would rather have done SmackDown, but hey. Right, so we're going to do a quick run through of the matches that have taken place this week. The first one we had was, I'm going to do Raw, SmackDown, and then TNA. The match that was on Raw was the crowning of our new Divas champion, which is Eve. I know quite a lot of people have put this down because they don't seem to think that Eve is as good a wrestler as Maurice. I think it's very difficult to tell because of how much the WWE does limit their moveset and they don't let them do a lot. And to be fair, of the moves that Eve actually did in this match, that moonsault was absolutely perfect. I mean, it was almost BME level perfect. If you actually watch it back, she is so... The line on it is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, she didn't actually hit the target, but the actual moonsault was really, really good. And I must admit, I can sort of see a little bit of the female wrestlers I've liked in her. I was a massive Lita fan. I thought she was amazing. And going right back in history, don't know if any of you will actually even remember, Alundra Blaze was the first women's wrestler I ever watched, because she was women's champion in the early 90s. And one of the moves that she was actually famous for doing was the bridge, which was actually what Eve used to win the women's championship, which kind of made me smile because I just watched the Vintage Collection and they had a Alundra Blaze match on it, so it was quite nice kind of seeing the then and now. My biggest problem with the whole Raw Divas, actually let me do the Baywatch match first. Baywatch Babes tag match. Just so many things wrong with this. And it does actually sum up a lot of the problem that there is with women's wrestling, especially in the WWE, because they treat them as glorified cheerleaders, and then they wonder why everybody uses it as a piss break on PvPs. Sorry, pay-per-views. PPVs. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Yeah, it's kind of infuriating because there are girls out there who can actually wrestle and actually have talent, and they're never given a shot. And the ones that actually are in the WWE that can wrestle aren't allowed to. So it's kind of... I do find the whole WWE women's wrestling thing quite frustrating. The Baywatch match, the actual moves they did were alright. I must admit, I did watch all of these back so I could give you a better commentary on them. A lot of the moves they did were actually reasonably good moves. There was a nice little drop kick, a few other nice little moves. The biggest problem, I think, with the women's wrestling on Raw is the commentary team. All they do during a women's wrestling match, if they actually talk about the match at all, is go on about, is Jerry the King Lawler perving and, like, them giggling like a pair of, like, prepubescent schoolboys, which I just find it really tacky. The thing is, how on earth do they expect us to take women's wrestling in the WWE even vaguely seriously if they can't even get their commentary team to. Next one we'll go on to is SmackDown, which was Michelle McCool versus the very, very, very cute Mickie James. Bless her cotton socks. I'm a Mickie James fan, I must admit. I think she's absolutely lovely. SmackDown, however, has the flip side on the commentary thing, because they actually do give some credence to the moves when the women's, during the women's matches, if they do a move, the commentators actually sell it. You actually hear them go, ouch, for the moves that actually look like they could hurt. And it makes a big difference. It makes it so much easier to watch. I mean, granted, I know they're not the best women wrestlers in the world, but at least the SmackDown guys actually sell what they do, which to me makes a massive difference, because just even that degree of credibility makes it better. It was a nice little match. I kind of, the main annoyance with the whole SmackDown roster of women's wrestlers is they keep doing this, the divas of, this diva's fat, or this diva looks like a man, and that sort of thing. And it's just sort of like, excuse me, but have you seen Mickie James? She is gorgeous. And no offence to Michelle McCool, but she looks like she hasn't gone through puberty yet. You know what I mean? If you want to insult the female wrestlers who actually have curves and actually look like women, then I'm sorry, but it just makes you look really bad. I think it's sad that one of the few actual wrestling wrestlers, being the Glamazon, is being put through this whole Mamazon thing, because I just find it really tacky. I mean, granted, with China, it could have been said, because bless her cotton socks, she was a big girl. And same can be said for Awesome Kong. I'm not, with them, yeah, maybe you could have done the whole man thing. But it's just, I just find it a bit tacky, especially considering how pretty Beth Phoenix actually is. If you actually see pictures of her, she's actually a really pretty girl. Okay, so that's my WWE bit. Normally, I would be raving on about the knockouts, because to me, the knockouts, most of the time, are much more what women's wrestling should be. The Tara Daphne blood match from a couple of weeks ago, yay. That's women's wrestling. Big fan of Daph, we love her, she's great. But at the moment, unfortunately, we seem to be getting the TNA effect on WWE, in that they're actually trying to give the women more time, and the WWE effect on TNA. That's not good. No, don't turn women's wrestlers into tacky strippers. It's not good. If people want to go and watch soft porn, there's plenty of places they can go and watch it. We don't need it on a wrestling show. This match just had so many things wrong with it. It started off being a leather and lace match. I was like, okay, if they're going to do the tacky stripper thing, then they're going to do it. We'll see how it goes. It got turned into a cuff handicap match. Okay? Not ideal, means they can't actually wrestle, and it's pretty much just one of them hitting the other one, which, yeah, no. And then from there, it turned into an I Quit match, and didn't actually end. Because I was watching this, I was thinking, I kind of assumed that they threw it out as a DQ when the other guys came down, but they actually didn't, because you can't DQ an I Quit match. So that match still hasn't actually finished. TNA, seriously?